Hello everyone, how are you guys doing? So before we go ahead and get on into the video, I will be doing another bond giveaway. This will be my last one. It's in celebration of 15,000 subscribers, so I thank you guys so much. I was doing bond giveaways up until the end of the year, so if you guys want to be entered into that, or I guess this last one on this video, comment your RS name down below, like the video, and subscribe to the channel. The winner from the last video was Sunny B, so congratulations to you, man, and I'm glad you enjoyed the DPS calculator. With that said though, let's go ahead and get on into the video. So before we go ahead and get on into it, this video is not going to be a guide. I want to just put that straight out there. This is going to be an efficiency comparison for higher level farming and really what the best way of going about it is, whether or not it's expensive trees or, you know, cheap herbs and allotments and stuff like that. So if you guys don't know how to do farm runs in general, this isn't the video for you. You're going to want to look somewhere else. But if you have a general understanding, we can definitely work with that. So let's go ahead, get on into it. The real comparison I'll be doing today is going to be higher farming. This is going to be 70 plus farming. As far as the comparison here, we have really the expensive method, which is one regular tree run a day and one fruit run tree a day. Now you can definitely do 2 tree runs a day, but the thing is I really can't compare for everyone. Obviously each person's an individual, and so I'm just going to have this at a flat 1 run per day rate. As far as the cheaper alternative, I'll assume you're still doing 1 fruit tree run, but since you can do allotment runs every hour to hour and a half, I'm going to assume that maybe you can do 3 a day. Obviously you can do as much as, you can do like 16 a day if you wanted, but I'm just going to say 3 is a pretty typical number that most people could hit. And so these are the requirements that I'm working with today in this comparison. Now, the real reason I want to just go ahead and tell you guys this is because there are so many different factors that you have to take into account that pretty much each individual person would have to do this. Now, I'm going to have the most general setup as far as, requirements that I think most people have. The real problem is you can plant so many different things, you can teleport in so many different ways for farming, you can have quest unlocks for farming patches, and you can have, buffs depending on how far you've gotten in diaries. So I'll talk about that here in a second. Now, the comparison today will be using magic trees. If you don't have those, don't be deterred though. U trees are relatively similar as far as GP per XP, and they're definitely very comparable to the lower levels. So if you don't have 75, don't necessarily be deterred. Now, if we go ahead and look, I also have magic up here. You're going to need those for herb runs. It's just a necessary thing. You might as well get it out of the way. And as far as patches that I have unlocked for this video, it is the Trollheim patch and then the Ledta patch. Now, there are some added requirements. I'm just going to go ahead and run right through those. As I said before, no diary boost, so no added herbs from Catherby patches or anything like that. I also don't have the 7th herb patch on Harbony Island, so we don't have to worry about that either. No Trollheim shortcut, because that's another diary unlock. Zaya Favor for the patch, I'll assume you have. Zaya Favor allows you to keep that patch not dead at all times, so it's definitely really nice to have, and it's pretty easy, so I think most people can do it. And on top of that, I have factored in Fertile Soil spell. If you don't have that, you're just going to have to use some regular super compost, and you're going to have to take a little bit more time going to the bank and getting out compost. Other than that, though, that's what we have so far. Let's get on into the comparison. So as far as the expensive tree run overview is concerned, basically you'll have 5 magic tree patches no matter what. Really, there are no quest unlocks there. And you'll also have 5 palm tree patches if you have Morning's End Part 1 done, because you'll have the extra unlock. And so overall, you'll be losing 900k per day on your magic trees, 250k per day on your palm trees, 20k per day on your Calquat. Very nice XP right there compared to how much GP you're putting into it. And on top of that, about 30k in miscellaneous teleports and payments for your trees. Now, that's not too bad. All in all, this comes out to about 1.2 mil, so definitely is pretty expensive. So as far as the stats for each run, basically if you're only running trees and fruit trees, it should only take you 6 minutes. Now, this is assuming you have some decent teleports. For the most part, I use a Ring of Wealth to also be able to get to the Falador Park one as well. And on top of that, a lot of house redirection scrolls are going to help you there. But the cost of the run is 1.2 mil, and your overall XP earned day to day is 134.5k, which is definitely a lot of XP considering how much time you put in when you think about it. Now onto the cheap tree run. So as far as watermelons go, you're going to be planting 90 seeds per day. This comes in at a cost of 27k. Ranar seeds, which is usually the most profitable. It depends on the time that you do it, but I calculated off of Ranars because typically they are the best, and you'll be using 18 seeds of those per day as well. And with palms, you'll be using the same 5 per day. The payment's added in there. So we also have Calquat, where you'll be losing again another 20k per day, but there is one instance that you actually make money, and that's obviously the Ranars that you're going to be farming. You'll be making on average 912k per day through the Ranars that you actually farm back, and you'll be spending about 70k on Ultra Compost and Tellies to go ahead and move from place to place. Now, all in all, your Calquat and tree run is only going to take you 3 minutes, but each herb run that you do should take you about 10 minutes, and so throughout a day, this means that you'll be spending about 33 minutes. Now, Obviously, this is a lot more time spent, and your XP earned, as you guys can see, is only 78k, so it's a little over half of what the magic trees were able to get you, but you do have to even spend more time. Overall, though, the cost is only 45k. Compare that to the 1.2 mil that we had in the more expensive tree runs, so definitely a huge cut there. And so really that goes ahead and just moves us on into the numbers, I guess. As far as the comparison, as I said, magics actually cost you 1.165 mil more per day, so it's definitely a lot of money, and you're gonna have to need some pretty big bank to go ahead and do that. As you guys can see, it saves you 27 minutes per day, and you have to spend, as I said, 1.2 mil. So overall, this means that magics are worth it for you if you can make over 2.6 mil an hour. Now, that's achievable for some people. It's going to be people that can either do raids or people that are really, really efficient at Zora. So it's definitely much of a higher tier type run. It's not really accessible to a lot of people that aren't max combat and really don't have a bank already. For anyone like that, I would recommend just go ahead and do herb runs. Herb runs will be so nice for the bank, and if you can actually do more than 3 per day, obviously you'll be making a decent amount of money, so that'll be able to help kind of bring it in for you, while you also are able to gain some decent farming XP. Now finally, there is one thing that I just can't account for. It's nothing, I mean, I just can't put a price on your time. If you really, really want to get your farming skill up, you know, that depends on the person. If you don't care about how fast you get your farming up, maybe it's more worth it for you. Now, as far as the GP per XP, that's a flat 2.6 mil no matter what. You can't change that. But as far as time, if you're more willing to get 99 quicker, well, you know, it may go down in your mind. It really just depends on the person, and so you can kind of decide that on your own. As far as the stats from 75 to 99 farming, 75 being when you unlock magic seeds, if you do the more cheap method, it should take you about 152 days, and if you actually do the expensive method through magic trees, it should take about 89. All in all, this does save you 63 days, so I mean, factor that in as you please, and on top of that, just keep in mind that in this example with 3 herb runs a day, that's 456 herb runs. I don't know how much you guys like going to the bank and taking out your inventory and putting it back in, and I find it quite tedious, so 456 times of doing that doesn't sound fun, but I figured I'd throw it out there for you guys that actually care. Alright, so there we go. That's it for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that overview. Personally, I'm starting to get into tree runs now that I've organized my bank, and I am currently 70. So this was something that was really appropriate for me, and I kind of wanted to figure out what was going to be best for me going forward, and this video definitely helped me with that. So hopefully it was able to help you guys as well. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like. On top of that, comment your RS name down below for a chance to win a comment. I'm also streaming as soon as the video goes live, so if you guys are here afterwards, feel free to check it out, and subscribe to the channel if you guys enjoy the content. With that said though, hopefully you guys have a wonderful day, and peace.